Okay, Itamek Skanatani. Good morning. It is just about 10 o'clock in the AM on Saturday, October 13th, 2018, in the first part of the lunar cycle Itotstoi, when cold arrives. And we have a light snowfall going on here in Sikhokhkotok, very light at the moment. And I am just on my way to Cottonwood Park to release a skunk. Wouldn't you know it? That hardly ever happens, moving skunks in the morning for me. I just picked up a skunk off of Ryerson Road here on the west side. And this was a new trap that we set up just a couple of days ago. I had him close it, of course, while I was gone to Edmonton. Didn't do any filming yesterday. It just didn't feel like there was much that was eventful. We went over to the conference, Mahoney and I, and we took in one session before she was up to speak. And that session, it was pretty funny. It was, I thought it was going to be very anthropological, and it kind of was. But the presenter was talking about public perceptions of libraries and librarians and this kind of thing, and her study was using Instagram images and then interviews, and she found some interesting things. But I got kind of sidetracked in my thinking at the beginning of her presentation, because she showed what happens when you do a Google search for the term librarian, and it comes up with a lot of images of women librarians with, glasses and the real classic look, and in the stacks somewhere with books in their hands. And the presenter was saying how this is an, inaccurate depiction. And when she said that, I started looking around the room, and then I started counting, because as it turns out, there were 27 people in attendance, and these are all librarians, mind you. This is a conference for librarians about technology. It's called NetSpeed, and so I'm looking around the room at all the librarians in there. I count 28 participants in the talk, and of those 28, only 2 of them are male, and one of those is me. I'm not even a librarian, so I shouldn't really count. But just say there's 2 males in the group of 28 librarianish people. And so of the remaining 26 women, 17 of them had dark rimmed glasses. And only one of them was using technology, actually, to take her notes in the session. Everybody else had just, paper, pen, notebooks. Many of them had blank books, So, and I also counted other stereotypes. There were only 2 hair buns in the room. And there were none of the kind of lariat, what are those things, the straps that go around your neck to hold your glasses, right? So you can let your glasses dangle on your bosom. Yeah, there was none of that. So that's been an upgrade in librarian appearance, or a change. But otherwise than that, what she was noting on Google, the female with the glasses, with the books and stuff, seemed pretty darn accurate to me. I don't know. So yeah, I had a good laugh at that, and then kind of embarrassed Mahoney here and there, sharing about it to people, other people in the conference. Trying not to insult anybody, trying not to have a full-out Larry David moment. And then Mahoney did her talk, and all went well. And then we jumped in the vehicle and drove home. It was a long drive back down through southern Alberta, without much to look at. Some people noted in my other video the other day that the terrain is very flat and stuff. It is if you're right on the main highway, but if you get off the highway a little bit, things get interesting. Anyway, back in town today. I don't know what's going to be on the agenda, but we're starting off with this skunk, obviously. Several people have noted that my speaking Blackfoot to the skunks seems to have a very calming effect. And I agree. You know, since I started speaking Blackfoot to them, I think I've had one skunk actually spray, you know, inside the tarpon cage as I was moving it. I think it was in my vehicle when it sprayed because it was scared of the movement. But yeah, it's been a very different experience. This guy was stomping at me. I haven't had that even for a little bit. But yeah, the attitudes of the skunks have changed. Now, it'll be interesting to see how Blackfoot language functions with the new mamas and babies of next season, because they seem to be, you know, kind of hyper aggressive and that kind of thing when they're defensive, I should say, not aggressive. A lot of people confuse that, right? When they're talking about animals, they talk about them being aggressive when they're actually being defensive. There is a difference. Yeah, so let's do the release. Let's get him out of here. He's been very cool and chill back there. Get him Hudson. Not even in much of a hurry. So it sounds like we've got another big family birthday dinner thing to go to tonight. And we got a pretty big family, so those happen a couple of times a month. Anyway, somebody messed up and gave the duty to the middle-aged uncle to go buy a birthday present for like the 5-year-old niece. So let's see what he bought. Well, first of all, we'll get this out of the way. This is a sticky ninja ball, throw at walls and stuff like that. I actually bought this as a surprise special secret present for Belle, because Belle is going to be there and I haven't seen her for a week or so. She's getting the sticky ball so that she can get herself in some trouble at school. Okay, so then we got the stuff for the 5-year-old niece. First of all, who doesn't like a parachute person, right? It's pink, so we can pretend it's, you know, female or whatever. But I'm so bad with the new rules about not using gender, but this is obviously a man, the character, or it's a woman without any boobs, and we'll just say a paratrooper. But who doesn't like a paratrooper, right? Going in the backyard, throwing it up in the air off the back deck, having it land on the house so your dad has to find some way to fish it down. That's perfect. Sticking with the aeronautics theme, we also got freeze-dried ice cream, just like the astronauts eat, right? It's that whole wafer that's chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Oh yeah, I remember when these first came around when I was a kid. And that was always fun. We really thought that the astronauts were eating that. Maybe they were, I don't know. But any kid likes freeze-dried ice cream. And then last but not least, the classic lunar launcher shoots a spinning disc that can damn near take your finger off, shoots it, soars up to 65 feet in the air. You can shoot these discs horizontally, you can shoot them vertically. You remember these, right? Some of you? These were awesome. I can't even believe I found one of these. Very cool stuff. So we should have some fun tonight. There should be some injuries going on tonight.